Looks like RFK Jr is going to announce that he'll be running for president as an independent. Will that actually happen? I think it will, and I think it's a great thing. I'm going to tell you why in a second. Welcome back to the JP Reacts channel, my beautiful freedom-loving friends, where we like to call out the lies, hypocrisy, and corruption of tyrants, shine the light of awareness on woke absurdities, and highlight the amazing work of other freedom fighters. And I think RFK Jr is just that. He's a freedom fighter. Long since before he ran for president or started his run, he was standing for freedom. He was calling out the lies, hypocrisy, and corruption of various government officials, pharmaceutical companies, probably more thoroughly and more powerfully than anybody else. So you've been watching me, you probably know I'm excited for him to be running as a president. Now the plot thickens like a Pfizer blood clot, because Kennedy has been teasing that he's got a major announcement at a speech he'll be doing on October 9th in Philadelphia. Man, that was where Biden did his satanic speech with the blood red background, like dark lighting, and like, it's just so creepy. I think Kennedy's is actually going to be a little bit more uplifting, a little bit less tyrannical. So a lot of people are speculating that Kennedy at that speech is going to be announcing he's running as an independent. Kennedy isn't saying it, he's teasing it. And it's possible it doesn't happen, but I'm one of the people who think, yes, he will run as an independent and he will use that speech to officially announce it. I think that's a good thing. Here's why I think it's a good thing. First of all, Kennedy, he knows darn well that the DNC is corrupt. He's written a letter to the Biden administration calling out its corruption. He knows he doesn't have a fair shot if he runs as a Democrat. By the way, so many people don't like that he's running as a Democrat. Kind of like his biggest supporters are some of the ones who most dislike that he's running as a Democrat, because the Democratic Party, it's just become so tainted with corruption that we know Kennedy's better than that. And some people, I've heard a number of people say, dude, I would vote for Kennedy, but I can't vote for a Democrat. The party's so corrupt. So I think, amongst other reasons, that would be a good reason for him to switch to independent, because he strips his association with what has now become a corrupt political party. It's a different party than what his father was under and his uncle was under. Times have changed, the party has changed. We got a little bit more BlackRock, Clinton, New World Order, deep state kind of thing working through the Democratic National Committee. Before I share more about why I think this is a good thing and why it spells a win for freedom lovers, let's take a look at a couple comments that have been made. And this is a Fox News article. Still, Fox News, F you for getting rid of Tucker Carlson. You shot yourself in the foot. I'm glad you did it because you've unleashed the beast. That's great, but Fox News, y'all are a bunch of idiots. RFK Jr teases major announcement as speculation swirls about independent run. So Kennedy says, I'm not going to tell you right now exactly what that announcement will be. I can say, though, that if you've been waiting to come to one of my public events, this will be the one to come to. Kennedy did call out the corruption that is overtaking the leadership of both political parties, in addition to the executive branch and Congress. Yeah, that's true. Kennedy goes on. So how are we going to win against the established Washington interests? It's not through playing the game by the corrupt rules that the corrupt powers, the vested interests, have rigged to keep us all in their thrall. Instead, we're going to have to rewrite the assumptions and change the habits of American politics. That sounds like running as an independent to me. We're going to tap into a mighty surge of people power and reclaim an honest, peaceful, just, and prosperous America. I'm inviting you to join me in Philadelphia on October 9th. There I'll share with you our path to the White House and how we can all participate in healing our nation. So a campaign insider, just real quick. Bobby feels that the DNC is changing the rules to exclude his candidacy, so an independent run is the only way to go. Yeah, That's what an insider said, whoever that is, and however inside they are. I agree with that. Kennedy has been vocal with his criticism towards the DNC, especially over its refusal to host primary debates, as he and spiritual guru and former 2020 candidate Marianne Williamson have formally challenged President Biden. So here's why I think it's a good thing. If Kennedy runs as an independent, then he doesn't get taken out of the race at the primaries, because if he still runs as a Democrat, they have the primary election and Biden's still like puppet masters, like Biden's our guy. So Biden's still running for president. I don't think there's any path to victory there. I think there's enough sheep that Biden would actually get more votes. But even if he didn't, even if Kennedy got more votes, I think the corruption, the rigging of the DNC, it wouldn't let Kennedy win no matter what. So if Kennedy is taken out at the primary because he runs as a Democrat, then in the general election, most likely we have Biden versus Trump, or Biden's last minute replacement, Michelle Obama or Gavin Newsom. Either way, Kennedy is taken out. But here's the cool thing. If he runs as an independent, then he makes it to the table for the general election. That's a win. And by the way, that means he does have a chance of winning the general election. That's cool. I would love for Kennedy, Trump, I love both of those guys. But here's the other cool part. If Kennedy runs as an independent, we have Biden, or Biden's last minute replacement. Coincidentally, we just found out the guy, his brain doesn't work. So bring in Michelle Obama. Let's just, whoever we can use as a puppet that'll get the most amount of votes. I don't know. So we have Biden as a Democrat, Kennedy as an independent, Trump as the Republican. Here's the cool part of that. Kennedy can siphon votes away from Biden. So even if Kennedy doesn't win the general election, he can still create a win in the general election, assuming you're someone who doesn't suffer from Trump derangement syndrome. So with the three of them at the table, there's a decent chance that Kennedy would be siphoning votes away from Biden. And that means less votes go to Biden. It just means there's a better shot of either Kennedy or Trump winning. I think protecting our country from Biden, that's almost like primary objective number one. That's my breakdown why I think it is a win if Kennedy does announce that he's running as an independent. The Democratic Party, unfortunately, with the powers that be that run that establishment, they don't like Kennedy. And they seem to have things rigged fairly favorably for whoever they want to win. So I think it's a win for Kennedy. I think it's a win for everybody. There's a lot of advantages, not just for his candidacy, but for freedom lovers on the whole. If he runs as an independent, I think it is also the smart choice for him as a candidate who wants to do his best to win the presidency. I think it's a smart move, and that's why I think he will announce he's running as an independent at his speech on October 9th. Mark my words. And if I'm wrong about it, I'll never admit it. With that said, my freedom-loving friend, I love you. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you. We'll be back at you with another video very soon. But before that, I got a special message for you. I don't know about you, but I'm someone who likes to take control of my health. And one of the prime ways I look to do that is with high quality CBD. There's no question about it. CBD has helped a lot of people overcome a lot of different challenges while boosting their vitality. But here's the problem. Getting high quality, pure potent CBD can be an issue. That's why I developed Awaken CBD. To help people feel and function their best, I wanted to bring the best, highest quality, most potent, pure CBD to the market possible. And that's exactly what we've done. We've got both full spectrum and broad spectrum CBD oil. And my favorite, most delicious way to get my CBD is with the full spectrum gummies and sleep gummies. And if you're like me, where you a little too occasionally develop aches and pains, we also got you covered there with the topicals. If you want to start upgrading your health with the best, most high potency, purest CBD on the market, I would love it if you checked out Awaken CBD at awakencbd.com.